Hi, we're Kev and Emma. 18 months ago we started a new adventure and bought a 57-foot narrowboat called Ripple. Why not join us and watch our highs and lows, the renovations and changes we've made, the clever storage that's been created, and find out what it's really like living and working full-time aboard a narrowboat with 2 dogs while exploring the waterways of our beautiful country.
Morning. It is a beautiful morning this morning. Kev and I have been unwell since the grandchildren left. They've had some kind of lurgy, and then Kev had to go back to the office to work. Excuse him.
Sorry.
Kev then had to go back to the office to work, and part of that is that they provide him with a hire car, which we still have this morning until they come to collect it.
So we're going to make the most of that, and every now and again we try, when we go places, we try and do stuff that we wouldn't normally have on the boat. So while we've got the car, we're going for Mackie D's breakfast.
The strange thing about arriving anywhere via boat is obviously you don't get to see the road network, and so whenever we have a car, or like my brother came down and paid us a surprise visit, and we'll go out in the car, it's really weird to see what's going on beyond the water, because you don't really travel that far from the water often. We haven't often caught buses or anything like that, so it's quite nice to go out and about and have a little look at where you sit within the context of kind of the bigger area. So we're just on our way back from Bradford-on-Avon. We went down to the market, have a little look round, and on the way back we thought we'd check in with our YouTube, and we have reached 1,000 subscribers. We are absolutely blown away. It's not quite 3 weeks, and 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody who's watched. Really appreciate it.
And the ones of you that are subscribed to get us to 1,000. So thank you all so much. So cheers to you lot for watching and sticking with us. Keep watching, keep subscribing, and keep commenting. We love the comments that are coming through and really enjoy replying to them. So keep them coming as well. Cheers, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning. Hope you're all well. It's moving day for us today. We're currently in Bradford-on-Avon, and it's time for us to move. And we've had a really nice time here, haven't we? It surprised us. It's much nicer than we anticipated.
Considering we weren't going to stay.
Yeah, I said one day there's a notorious person around this area called Thumbs that rumour has it steals lots of stuff off your boat. So I was always a bit anti staying here particularly. But as it happens, no problems, no issues.
No, it's been
there's
lovely.
nice dog walks, there's a couple of nice pubs. We're going to start the engine, so Shaky Stephen's over here, she'll start shaking like mad. We have put a jumper on her because one of you lovely viewers said try putting a jumper thingy on her. We couldn't get the one that you said because we're nowhere near.
Thundercoat or something like that?
Yeah, Thundercoat or something.
We haven't got one of those.
We haven't got one of those, but we put when it's cold in the winter, we put pyjamas on the dog, like a little fleecy jacket. So she got that on, so we'll see if that does anything today. Not holding out much hope, if I'm honest, but we're going to start the boat, get untied. You're going to drive today, aren't you?
Yep, we're going to go and find a new garden.
So.
So a grey cloud came over just as we were ready to leave, and we decided, you know what, let's just give it 10 minutes, we'll have a cup of tea, see if anything comes of it, or whether it's just going to be a grey day. Had a cup of tea, and decided, you know what, let's just go for it. And look, now it's proper raining. Proper raining on us, to the point where I need to get my coat on.
We're going around quite an awkward little corner here. It's quite a sharp corner with lots of boats moored up on it. And to our left, port side, there is quite a shelf. All the way along here is a shelf. All the way on the left side and the right side. So, in anticipation of this shelf, went to a local go-kart track, bought some go-kart tyres, bought these hooky things, and hopefully the plan is to sink this between the boat and the shelf. Friends of ours got me 2 car tyres. So if the go-kart tyres don't work, the car tyres will. We think the bridge we're coming up to, and if you can see it through there, just in the distance. Oh, fat finger, there we go. Smelly Bridge. It's a new bridge, but we don't know why they call it Smelly Bridge. Can you see just there? There's a deer.
We've not seen one that close to the canal before, have we?
Moving up. So while we're going, and it's raining, and it's just a bit of a trudge along cruise, I'm going to throw Emma some curveballs, which she's not really expecting, but I thought I'd put her on the spot because then it'd make her give the right answer, or the correct answer. So I'm going to ask her a couple of questions, I think. What is your most favourite part about the boat?
Favourite part about being on the boat, or
No,
favourite
just the boat.
actual area?
Part of the boat. Part of the boat.
That's a tricky one. I think, do you know what I really love? I do love the roof box. I love the roof box because on a really nice day, it is nice. It is great to sit up there, have a coffee, sit in the sun, and just watch the world go by. So, probably the roof box.
The roof box. Okay.
What's your favourite part?
Probably the bathroom now. I know that's quite random, but I like.
Even with the black wall?
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of. It needed them green plants that I chose. It's yeah, the bathroom's kind of like quite a nice, relaxing bit. Don't spend any time in there really, apart from going to loo and having a shower, but it's just quite a nice.
It's a nice completed room, isn't it? I really like the bathroom and the bedroom.
Yeah.
In terms of decoration, I think the lounge area needs we need to redo that, don't we?
Yeah,
Just
that needs
freshen
repainting
it up.
and that.
Kev did that before I even moved on. That was
Yeah.
the first area that you painted.
And I was still doing jobs then as well, so it was getting dirty as I was doing stuff. So favourite part done, least favourite part.
Least favourite part. My least favourite part has to be the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll
Just
agree.
because I think that in an ideal world, I'd like to completely redesign it. It's great and it's functional. We've made really good use of the space, but I'd quite like a new kitchen and a new layout. There are bits of it that actually, you know, we've made good, but I'd, you know, in an ideal world, it'd be great to just have a clean slate.
Yeah, I think probably the kitchen is my least favourite part, mainly because of the worktops. I think we do plan to change them at some point. Whether we reconfigure the whole kitchen or not, don't know. And the oven, I don't really like the oven because I melted the buttons on it. When you
I think somebody before had made a start on that.
Yeah, they've made a start.
I think we've just melted them a
I
little bit
finished
more.
it. When you pull the top one down the grill, when you put toast in, there's
very
this
good
little
design.
flap that's meant to be there when it wasn't there, and I didn't even think about it and did toast, and these little three buttons go and just melted down. What is your best bit about boating? Your most favourite bit about being on the boat?
Constantly moving. I really like the fact that we just don't know what's around the corner. I like the fact that if we want to stay, if we find somewhere that's really, really lovely and we want to stay, we can. And if we don't like it, we just move. And I think, you know, the constantly moving and seeing our country, places that we've never been to, or and places that you would never see from a car. I think that part of it, that whole, there's no way, I've said to Kev before, for me personally, I wouldn't choose to live on a boat and just be moored up somewhere,
Or in a marina.
limited with where you can cruise. You know, each to their own. Some people live on a boat and they live in marinas and what have you. But for me, the joy of it all and the purpose of it is really the moving, and that's the bit that I absolutely love, the cruising and going different places. What about you? You're going to copy me again?
No, I think mine's been outside a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You spend a lot of time when you're on the boat outside, and I love that. In kind of spring, summer, autumn, winter, that's probably one of my favourite things, especially in the spring and summer. It's lovely, and watching the different seasons kind of just come and go.
I think that one of the things that's become really apparent is that you're acutely aware of the seasons. You know, actually things like this morning. This morning was the first morning that I didn't have to use the Karcher for the windows in managing the condensation of the boat. Normally from the beginning of winter right the way through till it warms up like it has done recently, every morning the routine is Karcher the windows. And you know, I don't think you would notice that. You just wouldn't notice those slight differences in a house, that actually the weather is getting better and it is getting warmer overnight and milder during the day and what have you. So
I don't think you notice it in a house.
No, and actually my brother came up at the weekend and he was saying, you know, it's just so lovely how much time you do spend outside, because it was a beautiful day and we were sat out in the stern and stuff, and he said, you know, if I was at home, as much as the beautiful day was outside, I probably wouldn't think about going out and sitting in the garden, whereas the outside is an extra space for us, so we make the most of it, and we do spend a lot of time outside once the weather's good enough, don't we?
Yep.
So we're just filling up with water, and this boat behind us here, just behind that boat, was a perfect spot for us. We thought, do you know what, actually it's a really lovely sort of spot to stay at. There's decent towpath, I think there's rings, and then as we're filling up with water, what happens? Boat comes past, pulls in the spot. So it may be, we weren't going to go over the aqueduct, we were actually going to save it for when my brother and son come up at the weekend, but it looks like we may have to. I'll wait for Kev to get back and see what he's decided, because we were just going to reverse and go back behind this boat, but hopefully he's found a spot not too far back that way. So Kev's back. What's the verdict?
The shelf around the other side of the aqueduct we know is there. There is a shelf further back there as well as here, but at the end of the day one shelf's much the same as another shelf. I think we just pull it out, reverse back.
Is there a space there? You went back to find a space?
There's a space there. We can reverse back to it. Yeah, I think we just reverse back.
Okay.
Back and stay there for a little bit. We just have to be pushed out. Even though we're shallow drafted, there are other boats that are right against the edge. I just think we're not as shallow drafted as I like to think. Maybe.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to be off the boat. Kev's going backwards, and we're going to see if we can get a decent mooring spot.
Because we've got a cunning plan, you see, for this shelf. Because the boat's banging against, even on the water point, there's a shelf that's banging against it. So what we're going to do is where the shelf's going like that, the boat's going donk donk, and we can't get too close to the side. So we're going to put a go-kart tyre here and pull the boat up against the go-kart tyre in the front, middle and back, and hopefully that'll wedge it and then pull us in tight. The water level drops, we'll ride off the go-kart tyres onto the water, and we won't be going, but we'll see if this works. Might not.
Watch this space.
Might be going over the aqueduct in half an hour's time.
So we're planning to go from here backwards. We were going to go in this space here, but a very lovely couple came along and took it. Kev had a lovely chat with them. So instead, we're going to head up towards this spot here, hopefully. Although there is a boat coming along at the moment, and let's see where he goes. Hopefully he'll come past. You can probably hear it's a little bit windy, which is not helping Kev, because when you're going backwards you don't have a lot of steering, so the wind is actually pushing the bow over a bit. Yeah.
I can feel the shelf there against the boat now.
Yeah.
So my plan is to sink a go-kart tyre and wedge it between us and the shelf. Good then. It just floats and bobs around at the minute.
So how are you going to sink it?
I stab it with a barge pole.
Look at the River Avon, which is just next to where we are moored. You can see how ferocious it is at the moment.
Good morning. It's a Saturday morning. It's very bright and sunny. It's a little bit chilly though. We've got a little bit of a problem. It's not a Kev fixes it thing, because it's a Kev can't fix it thing. Yesterday after we moored up, we noticed that we had a bit of a problem. We thought it might be the water pump on the way out, but it turns out it's a pressure release valve in the chlorifier that's going thump, 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 thump. If you run the water and then turn the tap off, you get this loud thumping from the chlorifier. And I've had a look at it and pulled it apart, and it's the PRV valve, but it's not something that I'm confident doing myself. So we've got a bloke coming out to do it tomorrow. So we've kind of got no water at the moment, so we decided it was such a lovely day and we're right near a train station. What are we going to do today?
So we thought we'd head into Bath and have a little mooch about and have a bit of lunch, use their facilities, wash our hands lots and lots because, you know, we haven't got running water at the boat at the moment. Fortunately, we're next to a water point, so we have got a couple of big 2-litre bottles of water that we can just keep refilling. But yeah, today we're going to go to Bath and just have a little explore. We were trying to find out some history about the pub that we went to yesterday, and it looks like it's always been a pub since the 16th century. But not only was there a nice pub that would provide refreshments, but there were women in various nearby cottages which provided other services. Interesting. The strange thing about arriving. Start again. I can't talk again this morning.
What are you doing? What is this one for?
1,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay, you go.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, I thought you can do it.
Oh, okay. Don't drink yet. Should we take our little muppet off the end of the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously got very comfortable.
Yeah, it's happy there, isn't it?
So a grey cloud came over just before we were leaving, and I thought, it's just doing a bit then, and you came right up through the camera.
Oh, sorry. You disappeared. You went behind me then, and like, oh, no one was driving.
Mary Celeste.
Yeah, it's like the Mary Celeste ghost boat. Ooh, on me.
Eh?
I burped.
Oh.
You're okay.
Pardon you.
Yeah, you got loads. You got about 2 metres, love.
Cool. It's actually stopped raining.
Yeah.
Keep the coat on though. Just in case.
Keep cold and bald. It just means we have. Sorry, the washing machine just started spewing its guts out. Made me jump. I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh, barge pole's going. I don't know.